card for today is Divine Feminine. And this is just a very, I think, powerful and timely card. I've been hearing, more and more, people speaking out about Roe versus Wade. And it is a very sensitive topic. But the sad part is that currently, right now, what it's creating is division. It's creating hate. It's creating violence. And it's creating all of these things that have just really not served us for millennia, really. And as I was really thinking about it and thinking about, how do we really create change? How do we move something differently? How do we take the state that we're in right now where, our right to bodily autonomy is being taken from us, whether it's a vaccine or, a pregnancy. It's not right. This isn't where we're supposed to be. This isn't how it's supposed to look, this isn't, Orwell's 1984. And as I was thinking about it, I realized this is an opportunity for all of us to come together, to stand united, and to tap into this divine feminine energy. The energy that is compassionate, the energy that is collaborative, the energy that comes from the heart space, from love. Because you can't fight, you can't get rid of violence with more violence. You can't eliminate hate with more hate. You can't create unity with more division. And the reality is that, at least here in the States, when we are united, we stand as one. And when we stand as one, when we stand together, when we stand united, that is when we can't be conquered. There is a whole point to that divide and conquer concept. When you create division, you can create control. And in order to really move beyond that, to move into the divine feminine energy that is really being called to lead right now, we have to come about everything differently. We have to face it differently. We have to look at things differently. We have to act differently, and so I know, here locally, there was a protest, and it became violent. It became destructive, and it broke my heart, because I'm like, this is not going to help us. This isn't going to move us forward. It's only keeping us under the same nonsense that we've lived under for so many years, so many centuries. And now is the time for the divine feminine. It's in all of us, male, female, whatever, however you identify gender-wise, none of that matters. We are both masculine and feminine. And right now it is a call for the divine feminine to come forth. How can you be more loving? How can you pour love over the hate? How can you bring compassion into a space that maybe isn't something that you agree with or align with? How do you do those things? And it's really stepping into this divine feminine energy. It is stepping into that and saying, I am willing to be different. I am willing to look at this differently. And this is really, in my world anyways, this is the rebel heart right here. It is the divine feminine. It is that ability to say, I'm not going to do it like the world has been doing it for so long. I'm going to be different. I'm going to choose love over fear. I'm going to choose love over hate. I'm going to choose peace over violence. That's our strength. That's our power. And when we come together in that, when we truly unite from that divine feminine space, magic happens. Magic happens. If you really look at our history throughout the world, powerful women have been subjugated, for whatever reason, whatever the agenda, doesn't really matter. Put down, forced down, held down, whatever, because we are powerful. And when we can own that, then we can create change. Violence isn't the answer. Hate is not the answer. It's only feeding the same messed up system that we've been under. And so, for me, this card is really asking us all, how can we choose differently? How can we look at all of this differently? How can we come from a space of love? I don't necessarily have all the answers, but I know that together we can. When we are united, when we come together, when we collaborate with a united purpose of love, of healing, compassion, wisdom, answers come. Solutions present themselves. Is it going to happen overnight? Nope. But we have to start somewhere. And we have to come together. And we have to stand in that space of love. Because that is where we are powerful.